Well, for more on that stimulus bill, we're joined by Joe Minarik. He's the Senior Vice President and Director of Research at the Committee for Economic Development. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Rachelle.
So what would you say are the most significant aspects about what this COVID aid package covers and who it helps?
Probably the most important thing is extending the unemployment insurance benefits. We have people who have lost jobs and have little prospect in the near term of getting those jobs back. Associated with that, we have aid for rental payments, for paying utilities. We have food assistance. So for many of those families who really have been hurt, there's a lot of support in this bill, and that's really urgent. In addition to that, we have these payments that are going to all households below relatively modest income levels, whether those households have been adversely affected or not. That will provide some buying power in the economy that might get things moving. But again, as your feature said just a moment ago, a lot of the recovery is dependent upon beating the virus and making it possible for people to go out again and do business in retail establishments where a lot of those jobs have been lost.
Now, President Biden was hoping this would be a bipartisan effort. So what should we take from the fact that this passed without a single Republican vote, even though the polls show that the majority of Americans polled, about 75%, are in favor of this stimulus bill?
Well, it's not a good sign for cooperation going forward. It's possible that some of the partisanship has been spent on this particular effort. And as the president moves forward, one of his next priorities is going to be an infrastructure bill. Infrastructure has typically been a bipartisan priority in this country. It's possible that we'll see a little bit more cooperation when we move into that area. But in the long haul, we really do need to learn to talk to one another and to cooperate, because in difficult times, we need cooperation. We need to be able to settle our differences and take action. And this is not a good sign to this point.
And it wasn't as if all Democrats were happy. We did see some more progressive Democrats who really wanted to see the minimum wage raised to $15 an hour, but that had to be taken out in order to get this package through. What does this aid package do to reduce the race, gender, and income inequalities that were exacerbated by the pandemic?
The unemployment compensation, the assistance for housing, the assistance for food will be helpful, but a lot of the inequality effects of this pandemic really need to be addressed with training and reskilling of the workforce, making broadband access more universal. Those are the kinds of developments that will help the people at the lower end of the wage scale to find ways to compete in the labor force. And that's really ultimately what we need.
Now, obviously, this is welcome news for a lot of people, but what sort of conditions does this create for the country's post-pandemic recovery once normal activities resume?
We're going to get a little bit more of a push for the economy, which is good. One of the concerns that we have to have is that all of this recovery legislation will, in the long term, have consequences. It has added to the public debt. It already appears to be pushing interest rates somewhat higher. And with all of that debt on the federal ledger, higher interest rates are going to increase the interest costs that the federal government has to pay. They are going to crowd into the budget, and there is always the possibility of some measure of financial instability because of that. So there is reason to believe that we are going to have to look beyond the recovery from the pandemic to deal with our nation's long-term fiscal problem.
And just quickly, talk about how the initiatives in the bill will be funded and how that money will be distributed to the states and the local government.
Well, the funding of the bill is It's going to be borrowed. There is a substantial component of the bill which will provide assistance to state and local governments, in addition to assistance for education. Those programs will help many states and localities that are having budget difficulties. Not all states, U.S. states particularly, have been hurt. Some have been hurt badly, and many localities have issues that they're going to have to deal with. And those grants to the states and through the states to the localities will be important to maintain the services that people need to receive from states and localities, our first responders, fire, police, and all of the services that people depend upon.
Certainly got their work cut out